We've got the next set coming up. We've got Jahzz0 versus Juanpi. Both Southern staples. We'll flip the names for you guys. Jahzz0, obviously, we saw some Shoto gameplay as is, but we're going to see some other top-tier Shoto gameplay. Having an incredible arc for himself. Recently got top 8 at his first major at Patchwork, which is a big milestone for him. And Juanpi, with a character swap over to Banjo and Kazooie as of a couple of years ago, but has really been honing it lately. Yeah. I think we'll probably see the Banjo and Kazooie stick around. That said, Palutena against the Shotos is fantastic as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see Juanpi swap that out if Banjo doesn't work out. We'll see.
Yeah, I think that there is an extreme chance that we could see the Palu come out, because think about this: if you go onto the stage and try to poke with the Shoryu, counter just eats that a lot.
That's true.
So we are seeing the Banjo much like you predicted. Jahzz0 versus Juanpi. How do you think Jahzz0 is going to try to play this game? This is one of our regional guys. How would you expect Jahzz0 to try and adapt to Banjo, something that he may not be familiar with? I
think Jahzz is going to play it as he always does. Up close and personal, fishing for parry options like that, and looking for a punish. However, he's going to be parrying a lot of projectiles, a lot of egg tosses, a lot of grenades. Like, there's going to be a lot of projectile or like multi-hit parrying, so it's a little bit harder to find your openings.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be difficult for Jahzz0 to find their openings, but I think one of the ways they can get around that is using focus attacks sparingly, where Juanpi has a lot of multi-hit moves, nair, back air, etc. There's a ton of ways that you can get around that by conditioning, saying, hey, I'm going to land with focus attack consistently. Yeah. But Jahzz0 having a really hard time breaking through these projectiles.
Yeah, Juanpi's pressure is so heavy, right? Like, unafraid to play in that up close and personal burst range, not quite in Ken's range, but in Banjo's range. And the Wonder Wing mix-ups also have been very nice, just finding the openings exactly where you need to.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job of more so just keeping Jahzz0 off the ground. If Jahzz0 gets their feet on the ground, there's a way that he can use this rage to close a stock before. It's countless times we've seen Jahzz0 do something with a Shoryu, add high percents, and steal a sock.
The visionary. Duck's the visionary. That's what we call the commentator's dream right there. That was fantastic. And called it out, but again, called out Jahzz0 trying to aggress back. Instead of holding shield, instead of waiting for Juanpi to throw something out, and Juanpi catches with a nice back air.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Jahzz0 start slowing down a little bit more, less jump happy, but good use of the nair so far to try and break in against Juanpi. But I think part of this is I like that use the grenade. Grab the grenade, throw it in the air, and turn it against Juanpi.
Yeah, we haven't seen any focus attacks, so using it sparingly is the name of the game, like you said. There's a parry on the egg right there, and still was able to aggress off of it. Juanpi was still in end lag, but I don't see that being like a core part of the game plan. I do like down tilt Shoryu.
Yeah, that's a pretty consistent setup coming from Jahzz0. So I would expect to see something similar again, where we're looking at another Shoryu to come up, but Juanpi really has not found a way to get comfortable. Parries the Wonder Wing down tilt Shoryu.
The parry king of NA, Jahzz0.
Man, Jahzz0 is so consistent at hitting parries. It's something that we've seen all the time in Georgia. But right now, I think Juanpi does have a clear path to victory, and it's just abusing the fact that you essentially have a pseudo-sword in Kazooie, in your tilts, your aerials, and everything else. That is going to be where you can make the most money against Jahzz0.
Yeah, that was super nice. I love that. Jumping over the grenade right there. At doing it again, and Juanpi just doesn't seem to be ready for it. The Wonder Wing not punished right now. Parries another grenade. How do you get back to stage? Juanpi struggling.
Now Jahzz0 looking for that.
No way!
Oh, no.
Jailbreak? No. Can't quite lock into shield stun.
Yeah, he definitely would look for the collar breaker or the axe kick there, but not enough just yet to get there. And spikes Juanpi.
No,
nice
the Shoryu can caught Juanpi going high. Juanpi's up B got canceled, I think, and then they fast fell while in end lag for a move. They couldn't make their way back up with another up B, so just a weird interaction.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there, but with what we saw yesterday with Juanpi in doubles, they definitely can adapt and overcome this. Do you think the stage changes at all in this situation?
That's a great question. I don't really think that Banjo thrives on any other stage that Ken doesn't do well on. Maybe PS2 would be, or I mean, Small Battlefield would be an option. Yeah, Small Battlefield. Yeah, Small Battlefield definitely makes sense. You give a little less room for Jahzzo to run away and make the game plan happen. Still enough room for yourself to space out. Yeah, I think that's really the keys there. It's not a huge change, but it's a little bit.
Yeah, look, call him a clairvoyant. We're going to Small Battlefield. And Juanpi already playing a much different game, trying to poke constantly at Jahzzo's shield. I would like to see some more grabs coming in on the side of Juanpi, but you're almost trigger shy because you don't want to get anywhere near Ken up close.
Yeah, worried about like a spot dodge because then Jahzzo can get a massive advantage state into like down tilt Tatsu into a reset. That's what you're really trying to avoid. And you can see Jahzzo really looking for it right now, and Juanpi's just backing up, resetting, playing around projectiles, playing around Kazooie range.
Yeah, and like we said, abusing the fact that you have the range to destroy and stay away from Jahzzo. I like the grenade there. The Shoryu procced it, getting hit with the fair. Juanpi may have found a pretty consistent trap to get Jahzzo.
Okay, that's a nice grenade right there. Jahzzo focus punching to get back down. The multi-hit would have stopped it, but it doesn't matter. Unable to mash that percentage just enough, and up tilt gives Juanpi the first stock.
Yeah, I think condensing the blast zones was definitely an area where Juanpi can now utilize the down throw up tilt to a little bit better extent, but the thing is, by condensing the stage, you've given Jahzzo essentially free reign to run you down to a corner and bully you into the down tilt Shoryu range.
Entirely true, but the thing is, Juanpi's really not afraid to play at the corners and play off stage because of having multi-jumps, good aerial mobility. You have a lot of choices here, and Wonder Wing, of course, can get you out of jail at any point. I don't know. I think that Juanpi needs to keep playing around these corners and not try to force center stage as much, because then that'll happen to you.
Yeah, it's exactly that. Jahzzo can run off the platform, hit you with a nair, quickly follow up with the down tilt, and execute their game plan. But again, Jahzzo just needs one or two interactions. He doesn't need a long, continuous combo. Oh my gosh!
The Parry King at it again. We saw Jahzzo, I think on Twitter, I want to say a few months ago, went through the process of asking everybody what the hardest moves on their characters are to parry, and then he tried to do all of them. So Banjo's would probably be Nair. And I love that we got to see that come into play. That's it.
Calm down. And another quick stock. Jahzzo doesn't really fare the parries, but one thing that we haven't mentioned, Jahzzo rides momentum really hard. Yeah. Especially when he's out of region. When Jahzzo feels hot, it's basically like trying to stop a runaway train.
Jahzzo is up a full stock right now, still racking on the damage on the Juanpi. Really not afraid to play a little bit further back. Playing center stage has been so crucial for Jahzzo. Look at the parries. I'm just disgusted, honestly.
It's unfair, right? Like, why are you allowed to do that? Down tilts.
SDI is up is crucial there, too.
Again.
That was crazy.
Parry, F smash?
Yeah,
sure.
Parry jump fair into F smash. There's no way that's true. I don't know. That was crazy. What a great lookout for Jahzzo. The fact that you're aware enough to fish for that is kind of unhinged, honestly.
Did people tell Jahzzo, like, you don't have to do this to win the game? You don't have to parry every single move to execute a win condition? Like, you don't get drive meter back. It's not Street Fighter 6. You're good. You don't get, like, all those plus frames you get in Street Fighter. We're good.
It's about the mental damage. And here we go. This is kind of also what we talked about. I'm glad that everything that we're talking about is coming true. Palutena does come out. It's a lot more reliable to edge guard the Ken. It's a lot more reliable to combo the Ken. You have a way better way to deal with the long range and the immediate burst range situations as well. You only have to worry about, like, nairing on shield because Jahzzo can punish the hell out of that, but that's about it. Look at the Tomahawk grab game is also crucial. I mean, this is such a big swap.
Yeah, but even more importantly, we talked about how Banjo abuses disjoints. Palu with your fair, back air being invincible, the nair being all-encompassing. Jahzzo is going to have a really difficult time trying to play any air-to-air game against Juanpi once they get rolling.
The up B platform cancels are also very nice for Juanpi. They're allowing a lot of ambiguous aerial movement, and I think that's the thing that you also don't get on Banjo is ambiguous aerial movement. Yes. You're a little bit more predictable because you're a little bit floatier. You don't fall as fast. Your physics are just so much better on Palutena that you can start baiting out options, and you still have the multi-hit aerials.
But even better, we saw how he knew the focus attack was coming out for Jahzzo to try to cheat to the stage. Up air immediately sends Jahzzo back into the air, and now you're not letting him execute that game plan of playing a grounded game, fishing for the Shoryu.
Yeah. Jahzzo's still corner pressuring, though, not wanting to give up center stage so easily. That was really aggro, but Jahzzo couldn't get a punish off. Another platform cancel. Juanpi's just trying to keep it very ambiguous.
How do you even try to aggress against Jahzzo right now? You're at 90%, 137. If you get clipped by a down tilt, that Shoryu is taking you out. There was good SDI there, but again, you're basically playing on borrowed time.
But Juanpi's not afraid to play in the corner because if you hit a grab, back throw is basically death.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it's exactly death. 137%, back throw would definitely kill. And so Juanpi's not afraid to play in the corner. Up throw not going to kill, no.
No, but it forces Jahzzo to get off the ground and commit to the focus attack, sending them off stage and setting up the win condition for Juanpi.
Air dodge? No, focus attack into Shoryu actually does allow Jahzzo to come back. What a heads-up maneuver.
Jahzzo at 177. Big. The Shoryu just misses, and back air closes it out.
But reverse Shoryu right on spawn, and Jahzzo acts as though nothing has changed. Game has essentially reset. Juanpi getting a good combo starter here, unable to follow it into a chase.
But we've seen this before with Jahzzo in region. When Jahzzo... Okay, never mind.
Sorry.
Just down there. Sure.
I'm sorry.
No, we both had the same reaction.
I'm sorry.
But now Jahzzo has to start taking risks. He hasn't been in this position in the series yet.
Yeah, taking risk is something Jahzzo's comfortable with, right? Like, very heads-up defensive player, really good at bait and punishing. Like this, a fantastic example of that. SDI up does allow Juanpi to have a few more options to escape there, but you still have to deal with the ledge trap, the corner pressure. Fantastic parry, that could be crucial, but then Nair actually turns it around for Juanpi.
This is what we were talking about. The fact that you can disrupt Ken's game plan with your consistent aerials, Nair, back air, up air, all putting in extreme work against Jahzzo right now.
Focus attack expecting the back air. Juanpi actually was expecting the focus attack, just didn't drift far enough out for that Nair to hit. Otherwise, that probably would have been death, or at least another edge guard. That parry can't transition into anything, and the down air actually gets beaten out. What did Jahzzo use that beat out Palutena down air?
Back air.
Oh my god.
Ken doesn't skip leg day, dude. Like, but now Jahzzo at 80%. We've seen him win these type of situations before. But if you're Juanpi, you don't have to take any risk. Let Jahzzo come to you. If the jump in comes, intercept with an aerial and execute the game plan, carry Jahzzo off stage and end the game.
Jahzzo so patiently pressuring Juanpi into the corner, but as we talked about, Juanpi is not afraid to play in the corner. Palutena has a lot of ways to escape the corner with up the platform cancels to get back out. They're a little bit riskier, but still, you don't lose anything from playing the corner as Palutena.
No, you don't lose anything, but now Jahzzo starting to run away with the offense. Down tilt Hada, or Tatsu down tilt into Hada. Oh no.
One more time. Set it back.
Oh! The axe kick setup?
It's a right choice because you're going to get shield broken otherwise, probably.
Yeah, crescent kick is a huge killer right there, but Jahzzo not afraid, running up to Juanpi and immediately threatening that space just outside the jump range.
Oh, the burst jump in back air. Jahzzo wasn't ready for it. Was expecting maybe a tomahawk fastball and going for an edge guard instead, but Juanpi said, you know what? I haven't done this yet. Yep. Let me force.
All right. We've seen what has happened over the course of this game 3. Juanpi has started to equalize. Do you expect a different stage to come in from Jahzzo, or do you think it did not play that much of a role in this matchup?
I don't think it played that much of a role in the matchup, but I do think that Ken could still benefit from playing on a slightly smaller stage against Palutena. I wouldn't be surprised to see small battlefield. I'd be surprised if the single platforms are left open. And we're going to small battlefield.
Okay, we're going back.
Yeah.
But this kind of harkens back to what we said in game 2. You're condensing the stage so Jahzz0 does have the ability to start pressuring you and be more offensive on a neutral and grounded game plan.
Yeah, so it basically means that Juanpi can't be as comfortable playing in the corner because everything is a corner. Everything is claustrophobic now, just a little bit more, and Jahzz0 thrives in the claustrophobia.
But now, Jahzz0 has been really suffering against these multi-hit aerials. It's a close game right now, but again, Juanpi wins consistent neutral interactions over the course of this set, and Jahzz0 is trying to basically pick and choose small openings.
Yeah. Jahzz0 loves to pick and choose small openings. Juanpi, though, looks for big openings and looks for conversions on them. So the back throw and then the explosive flame catching the neutral air dodge. Jahzz0, neutral air dodge, I think just a little bit too early there and got hard punished for it. And 72%, you need a little bit more damage for down tilt Shoryu to kill. And now we're at kill percentage.
Now it's just look for that down tilt Shoryu, any aerial possibly into the short, well, up air into Shoryu. Jahzz0, the problem is you got to get to the ground.
Yeah.
Jahzz0 has been struggling to get to the ground, and Juanpi is smothering his shield and not giving him the chance to parry.
Nice. I think it's a big adjustment for Jahzz0 to start playing against the Palutena as opposed to the Banjo. I think that's a big core part of it because Jahzz0 has a great winning record against Palutenas. Like, is so good against Chase, has like a crazy winning record against Chase, for example. I don't think that this is like necessarily more of a challenge, but Juanpi definitely plays differently than Chase.
Yes.
And plays a lot more movement-based and not so much aggressive.
Yeah, and part of it is I think that Jahzz0 is trying to reorient their game plan. They came in thinking, okay, Banjo, possibly Palu, but after losing such a heartbreaking game 3, now you have to just reorient and go back to your grounded game plan, establish dominance at Palu, and right now, I don't know if I agree with sharking Palu right there on the platform. You maybe just looking for an up tilt or something else.
Yeah. Corner pressure is big here. Jahzz0 doesn't want to force anything, just kind of wants to punish an aggressive like neutral air if Juanpi decides to fall with something like that. Yeah, falls with an aerial, gets the parry, so heads up.
Up tilt crescent kick. Jahzz0 is really utilizing these tiny blast zones to full extent. And now we're starting to see how Jahzz0 typically plays. A much slower, more methodical game plan where you can wait for the Hado and start to execute.
115%. Jahzz0's in the lead for the first time this game and is really pressing that advantage. Back throw is not going to kill, but it's going to be enough pressure off stage that should be able to find it with the nair. The drag down actually is what hits. Instead, not giving Jahzz0 a second chance at recovering, and Juanpi's evened up the stocks.
Juanpi has evened up the stocks, but 73%. Jahzz0 is now hunting for blood. The Shoryu connects, and Jahzz0 advances 3-1.
Jahzz0 continuing his winning record against Palutenas. Juanpi, I think, did the right thing. Switching to Palutena, I think, was absolutely the right choice. Jahzz0 needed some adjustment period, was able to figure out the game plan, as always, against the Palutena. But Juanpi definitely showed so much like versatility and so much prowess on the Palutena. The movement was crazy. But the second that the movement becomes unambiguous, Jahzz0's there like a shark. I mean, just so fast.
Yeah, Jahzz0 is looking for any pattern, any level of consistency in your offense. It is, like you said, it's remarkable. The second he caught the pattern, on you.
Yeah.
I'm running you down. That's why I think it was such a smart move for Jahzz0 to move to small battlefield, because it made the game plan more predictable.
Yeah.
When you have PSU, like you said, those platform cancels made it very hard for Jahzz0 to succeed. But what an amazing round 2 for us to go.